being in college, everyone is on the same playing field of wanting to make friends, wanting to fit in, and wanting to try new stuff. And there's no reason to think that the people on your athletic team aren't going to want to go to bingo or all you can eat pancakes at midnight. Everyone wants to be a part of those things, and combining your friend groups is going to really strengthen your friendships and their understanding within what being an athlete really is.
Today's conversation is with Carolynn Keal, an education major from the class of 2018.
So I just moved to Oregon. For the last 2 years, I was in New Hampshire, and I was the graduate assistant women's lacrosse coach at New England College. And I was studying and got my MBA. And now I'm in Oregon and currently an 8th grade science teacher, but still trying to find a lacrosse coaching job. One of my favorite memories consistently was beating Merrimack by 1 point 3 years in a row. Except our senior year on senior day, which was kind of sad, but having that consistent victory against a really challenging team was something that was always really celebrated after the win. I think that Nicole Healy is definitely a teammate who inspired me. She is someone who came to Southern lacrosse and definitely made her mark and worked off the field harder than any player I know. She was a midfielder and was somewhat on the draw her freshman and sophomore year, and really took it upon herself when she got moved to attack that she wanted to contribute in the midfield, and did everything she could to wrap up as many draws as she could and set records by the time we reached our senior year. I was very active on campus in our student athlete advisory committee. I was a general body member, and then the treasurer, vice president, and then president. Through that organization, I represented the NE10 at the Student Athlete Leadership Forum, which was a national forum for leadership development. With my major, I was a part of the biology club. I worked in a microbiology lab for 3 years and completed my undergraduate thesis in the Fisher lab, which was really great. And on top of that, I was in the honors college. So that is a different academic track that you can take, and you take specific honors classes instead of the general education requirements. And that's just a close-knit group of people. They're expanding it now, which I think is awesome. And you really got to meet your professors because you had to teach every class. I think one of my biggest challenges was separating my athletic life and my academic life. At Southern, having a very big athletic population, it's really easy to only be friends with athletes. And being a part of the honors college, having that be such a tight-knit group, I found myself having to choose sometimes. And then by the time I kind of came into myself in my junior and senior year, I said, why am I choosing between these two groups, and mended my friendships together. And my teammate Taylor is best friends and roomed with my honors college friends our senior year. So it made my life so much easier once you kind of get rid of that stigma that your athlete friends aren't going to like your school friends and everyone can just hang out together.
What was good about the program while you were there that you want to make sure I understand and keep going?
If we had impact players that were freshmen, there was no animosity. There was no, why is she getting playing time? It was, you need the best players on the field if we want to win, and we definitely wanted to win. So I think keeping that mentality that everyone that comes to your program is there to build it and make it better. And if you want that success, you need to put the best people on the field. I definitely want to see translation with us being a full 60-minute team. I think when I was playing at Southern, we were definitely a second half team. I think the games that I watched this last season were a little bit of a first half team, and it's because we don't have a bench, so we kind of gassed out. Where when I was playing, it was we weren't awake, we weren't ready to play, and then the last 20 minutes we were like, wait, I want to win the game. Seeing a little bit of a roster increase would be great, just so we can have as much endurance and as much power as we need on the sideline, so we can play for that full 60 minutes, because we're just this close to wins. It's only 1 or 2 points always. It's not blowouts like it used to be. So We just need that like one little extra line of people on the bench that can help us when we get tired. How do you think the 2020 season would have gone if it didn't get canceled?
Great question. I think we had shown a lot of improvement, and I think we were pretty prepared for those teams that we do compete with. So we started the season with 2 wins, and then we had a tough loss to Bridgeport, and then we got blown out by 2 really good teams in Assumption and Lemoyne. And then we had those games. I think we were in good shape to be very competitive with AIC, St. Rose, St. Mike's, Franklin Pierce. So I think we could have won those games and hit that 5 win, maybe even 6 win mark.